Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new piercing video. Oh my gosh, I need to quickly say a massive thank you to all of the people who have subscribed over the last week. There's like 10,000 more of you, which is like insanity, like literal insanity. And it's all from my previous piercing video that I have made. So welcome, thank you for subscribing, I love you. It'd be awesome if you did also follow me on my Twitter and my Instagram. I'll put a link in the description, it's at Roly. I'm really trying to build my following up on like other platforms as well. So anyway, come follow me. I'm gonna get on with the video. So this topic was actually picked by you guys over on Twitter. I did a poll about what should my next piercing video be, and you picked piercings that never seem to heal. So I'm pretty sure that a lot of you have been in this situation. I know I have, I currently am in this situation with some of them. So sometimes you get a new piercing, you get a piercing, and for some reason your body just doesn't like it and it never seems to heal. And it's so annoying, and no matter what you do, it doesn't ever heal. I currently have two piercings that have this problem. It is my left helix here, which is where the green ball is, also my anti-tragus piercing. Both of these piercings I've had now for about 7 years, and they just don't want to heal. I can go through like months where they're perfectly fine, and then out of nowhere they flare up and they start getting agitated and they like bleed a little bit, and sometimes I get like the little sort of piercing bumps, like the little keloid bumps that you get beside them. And it's so frustrating and it's so annoying, and there's so many different reasons why. I'm a really stubborn person and I will not take them out. Like I will not take out piercings unless it's like vital. Like I'm so stubborn. I pay for them, they're painful. I'm like, I'm keeping this no matter what. So with all of that being said, I do want to discuss some potential reasons and things you could do to make your piercing heal better, or some of the things you might be doing that could potentially be damaging your ear. So first of all, touching it. If you've just had a piercing or a piercing's not completely healed, leave it alone. Do not play with it. There is so much dirt inside your hands and your nails that when you touch a fresh piercing, like it can get infected really easily because all the dirt in your fingers are going right into your piercing. Like even now, because it's still not completely healed, I have to leave that piercing alone. With these ones and stuff, I can move and touch it and it's perfectly fine. But with that one, I have to, like I cannot touch it at all. Like I have to leave it alone. Now I'm gonna try and stay calm on my next point. And I know a lot of you already know my feelings about this, but it's piercing guns. I've done a video before about piercing guns and why you shouldn't be using them, so I'm not going to talk too much about this. You can go and watch that, I'll link it down below. But if you want, like literally, if you get a piercing done with a piercing gun, especially on cartilage or your nose or something, I am not surprised that it's not healing. They're terrible for your ear, they shatter your cartilage, they damage your ear, they're just so bad. Again, I'm not going to say that much about it, you can go watch my other video about it. If you do have a piercing with a piercing gun and it's not healing, take it out, let it heal, and then go to a proper piercing studio and have them do it with a needle. Now, my next point is cleaning. Now, I know getting piercings is fun, and I know that it can be really annoying having to clean it twice a day, morning and night. I get it, it's frustrating. Sometimes you're just tired and you can't be bothered. Tough. You want a piercing, you gotta do it. You have to do it. Sea salt with some boiling water, let it cool down, clean the piercing, or do it with saline solution, like contact lens solution, you can do that as well. I'm gonna do a video like separate to this, actually all about healing and stuff, so I'm not gonna talk anymore about it. Until it's perfectly healed, clean it twice a day. So I did touch on this a little bit before, but jewelry and types of bars that you do have. Now, a lot of people will say to me that because I do have acrylic jewelry, that it's gonna damage my ear. So I do not have, I wanna state this now, I do not have acrylic jewelry in the bars. The only parts sometimes that are acrylic are the ends, like the balls on the end, or like the couche bar up here. That's the only kind of thing that's acrylic. The bars themselves are stainless steel and surgical steel. Like there's no poor quality stuff. The bars themselves are good quality bars. But I will say though that if your bars, the bars actually going into your ear are acrylic, there is going to be a high chance that you will get infections and stuff because it's not like it's quite a low quality material to use. Just make sure that if you're going to buy jewelry, make sure that you're getting like surgical steel, like really high quality stuff. Another thing you need to be wary about is piercing studios. There is no way in hell that every single piercing studio is completely sterilized, completely sterile. I'm pretty sure there are some places that are a little bit dodgy, that don't have like great piercers who are new at what they're doing or something. Make sure that where you're going has a good like review system, like good reviews from people, like ask other people where they get done. Unfortunately, some places will be a little bit crap and some places will be a lot better. So just do your research about where you're getting piercings done. Now, the next point a lot of people don't realize, and that is sunshine. Now, if you've just got a new piercing or your piercing's not completely healed, it's not a good idea to spend so much time like in the sunshine or in sunbeds because it can dry the piercing out, it can dry like the inside of the hole out, and it's really bad for your ear, cause real irritations, and like it can cause it just to not heal at all. And I'm not saying you can't go outside. Obviously you can go outside, but try to stay in the shade. If you've got a brand new piercing, just try not to go in like direct sunlight for long periods of time. So my next point is allergies. Sometimes your body will have an allergy to a certain like bit of metal, like you could have like a different kind of metal allergy. I'm not really too sure what the protocol is to actually like reviewing this. You might have to go to a doctor and they'll be able to tell you if you're like allergic to nickel or you're like allergic to aluminium. If you've got multiple piercings like me and you know that all the rest have healed fine, you know that that's not the reason. But if you keep having problems, that could be a potential reason as to why you could have just an allergy to the metal that it's made out of. Another reason could potentially be the placement of the piercing. Now, like I said, the reason my industrial bar like went really bad is because the placement of it was terrible. It wasn't placed in the right like position. And this stems back to me going to people that weren't experienced enough. I just wanted a piercing and went to a studio and it was just a bad piercing because the piercer wasn't very good. So that's another reason why you should really look up as to where you're going. So one of my friends that I do work with had both of her traguses pierced, but her traguses are too small, so the piercing's just rejected because there was no space really there for the earrings. Now, with all that being said, unfortunately, for my final point, sometimes your body just does not like them. Like my sister, for example, she's had so many different ear piercings and she cannot have them. Every single time she gets an ear piercing, within like a week or something, it just gets infected and inflamed, and she cleans it, like she does everything right, and her body just does not like piercings. Like some people just can't have them. Their body is just like, no, 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 trot along, bitch. Now, I know that my body is perfectly fine with piercings, so the reason why these two are being a bit problematic, I'm a little unsure, but I know that it's not my body going, we don't like piercings, because the clearly doesn't mind them. Anyway, guys, I really hope this video has been informative to you, and I hope you've learned a few things, and maybe some of these reasons could help you as like get your piercing to heal properly. Yes. Anyway, thank you everyone who has watched my video. Make sure you do subscribe. Please hit the like button and come and follow me on all my social medias. Their links are down below. A massive shout out to Kelly and Stephanie, who are my top 2 patrons. I love you all so much. Thank you for becoming a patron. And like, if you want to become a patron and help me out in my life, there is a link down below to become a patron. I love you all, and I'll see you all very soon. And yeah, bye.